Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, and others, to Pentiment, the medieval murder mystery, by our good friends over at Obsidian Entertainment, them of South Park: The Stick of Truth, Knights of the Old Republic, and of course, the brilliant Fallout games. So they've dropped this brilliant, new-looking medieval game on us, which looks awesome. The artwork for it is outstanding, and as this is an Obsidian game, we know that there's going to be a lot of lore, a lot of mystery and intrigue, and some in-depth and compelling characters, I'm pretty sure. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into it and see what this bad boy is about. So I'm going to start a new game. Let's make it happen. Easy read fonts, yes please. I think you guys will thank me for this down the line. I mean, I know you guys can probably read some monastic and humanist script, but you know, for everyone's benefit, let's keep it simple. Pentiment automatically saves your game. What does it say? Latin? In principio erat verbum et verbum erat auduit deum et deus erat verbum. Oh, I should know what that says, but oh, and I don't want to be doing this, guys. I don't want to be doing this, but the game is making me. Forgive me. You guys understand, right? I really hope this game is not us just defacing amazing medieval texts, because I will be disappointed by that. But we'll see. I mean, so far it's looking nice. Pentiment. The word, of course, pentiment, comes from the Latin, was it pentirsi? Or something like this here? Which means, I think, to change one's mind or something. Or possibly to repent. I believe it means to repent. I might have to check later on. So I'm curious when this game is set. Oh, there we go. Tassing, Bavaria, Holy Roman Empire, April 1518. Okay. So what do we know about this period, guys? 1518. An artist sleeps. An artist's mind. And the abbot said to me, Andreas, I don't want you distracting the sisters in the library. I need you to finish the commission by the end of April. Keep your conversations with Brother Piero to a minimum. What would the abbot say? Probably, I don't want you distracting the sisters in the library. Hehe. Saint Grobian. Hehe. Up to the devil's work again, are you? Don't encourage him, Beatrice. Socrates. Devotion to one's work can yield pleasures of the mind superlative to those of the body. Either you need to spend time with more exciting lovers, or I need to learn how to work the Socrates way. Hehe. Okay, so Socrates way is in blue, but I don't see any way for us to select it, so we'll come back to that. Prester John! Oh my word! How did you reply to the abbot, Andreas? I apologized and said I'd be more mindful. I said it's not my fault that God made me this handsome. I ignored him, which is what the comment merited. I apologized and said I'd be more mindful. Yeah, let's go with that. It takes great fortitude to be attentive of yourself in your work, especially when there are pretty nuns around. Must you make everything perverse? Yes. That was a question. It is virtuous to focus on your work, but the abbot cannot hold you responsible for the feelings of the sisters. Despite the abbot's ire, you must endure. Soon you will have finished both the abbot's work as well as your masterpiece. And then you will return to Nuremberg, where marriage and your new life as a master await you. Yes, marriage to someone he has never met. Hardly ideal. Well, the alternative is becoming a philosopher. Should we become a philosopher? Oh, Jesus. Then you should definitely get married. Is she pretty at least? That's what my brother said in his letter, but maybe he's just trying to lift my spirits. The small portrait they sent was lovely, but we artists can be flatterers. Oh, who knows? That's not why I'm doing it anyway. Ooh, so what, I mean, I feel like this is what I'd say. I wonder, actually, are these choices... do they have an impact on our character, on our background or something? I mean, I'm sure we'll see if we come across a serious choice, right? So, we can probably just pick anything. It is growing late. The wheel of time stops for no man, Andreas. I fear you must leave us. Ah, true, your majesty. Will you visit us again soon? Hopefully, but it's out of my control, your majesty. I don't know, your majesty. While I can't always dream of this place, hopefully, but it's out of my control. As are many things. Trust in Providence. Grobian, please see Andreas safely home. Of course, your majesty. Until next time, Andreas. Until next time, your majesty. So I know who Socrates is. I'm not sure who St. Grobian is. Pay no mind to the other fools, Andreas. I never do. I love those other fools. Ow! At least I would if they'd stop stepping on my feet. I love the one slapping the other one over the side of the boat. That's great. Watch where you're going. Heh. They're fools, Andreas. No point in trying to teach them anything. I know old John wants you to endure the abbot's shit, but since I take you home, I get the last word. Okay, so we know there's going to be some foul language in this. Don't let him run you ragged, boy. I won't. The abbot can't push me around. He's just trying to keep order in the abbey. I'm an outsider. It'll be fine. I don't want to cause any trouble. Yeah, let's be nice and platonic. That's no way to think about it. You need to stand up for yourself. Okay. So, back there in the, in the dream sequence, would you please oh dear. The king there pressed the John. I give up. Take me home, Grobian. Hehe, as you wish, Andreas. Prester John is, of course, the mythical king who was spoken about. I don't know if he was considered real or just thought of as, or maybe understood to be mythical during the Middle Ages, especially during the times of the Crusades, I believe. He meant to have resided in the East. Good morning, Ursula. Go under. Time to get up. Alright, let's see. The Baron, April 1518. So, a few more pages back to the Abbey. Let's look at our quests. A few more pages. Prime hour 6. Prime or prime. Another day, another few pages for the Abbot, and hopefully a few for myself. I need to get across town and head to the Abbey so I can start work at the scriptorium. Okay. Ex Libris. So this is us, Andreas Maler. We're in Nuremberg. Oh no, are we from Nuremberg, I believe? That's where we're going back to. So this is the town. Yeah, so we're not in Nuremberg, we're in Tassing. So this is Inner Tassing. This is Outer Tassing. This is Kirsau Abbey. Cool. I'm sure we'll come to all of these locations in a bit. And the people, Brother Piero of Verona, artist of Kirsau Abbey, known for his kindness and helpful nature. Brother Piero is also respected as a master painter, specializing in works of extraordinary color. Okay. Nuremberg, Free Imperial City of the Holy Roman Empire, major trade center and city of arts, including printing. Of course, so yeah, the printing press would have been invented, what, in, was it 1440? So, yeah, it's probably well established at this point. And, well, we know that just looking at the pictures at the beginning. The Picatrix, Key of Solomon, the my English, the Heptamerion. Oh, missed it. Sorry, guys. I really should clean this up. Okay, so there's some stuff we can interact with in the. Can we go to bed? I'm not tired yet. Perhaps after Compline. Compline? Will we see something about that? Okay, so yeah, this has been added now to our glossary. Prior Ferenc of Pex, originally from Hungary, Ferenc is the prior of Kirsau Abbey and is responsible for running the scriptorium, known for his interest in esoteric books. Alright, might have to put a little pin in that. And Complin, monastic hour corresponding to 8 p.m., one of the little hours of prayer. The monks and nuns retired to their dormitories shortly afterward. Okay. Alright, well, let's go see what this place is about. Hey, Ursula. Oh, cute little kid. Hello, Clara. Good morning, Andreas. Did you sleep well? Quite well, actually, thank you. Ordinary as far as sleeping goes. Not well, but there's nothing to... Well, let's keep it civil. Oh, I'm so glad to hear it. Anyway, I know you'll be off to the Abbey, so I packed you some food. Almonds, cheese, and some of the rye you like from the Albans. Otto wanted me to ask you to join him for dinner at the Abbey. Might have to see who Otto is. Otto stopped by? Eva? Yes, around dawn. Okay, how very kind of her. She's got our lunch. Here you are, Andreas. That's too kind of you, Clara. Many thanks. Master Andreas, if it wouldn't be too much trouble, could we... Here we go. Would it be too much trouble if you paid next month's rent today? What? And if we raised it by 2 groschen? What's groschen? I hate to ask, but we're behind on our taxes to the Abbey. 2 months behind. Peter's losing his hair over it. Even more than usual, I mean. Oh, okay. Of course, it's no problem at all. Besides, we wouldn't want Peter to lose any more of his precious hair. I suppose that's not out of the question. Yes, I think I can manage that. Can't promise anything. See what I can do. Well, I... Wait, were these taxes unexpected? Not sure how. So, are we going to be beholden to this? I'm going to go out on a limb here, guys. Come on, we got to help these ladies in distress. Their rent's gone up. The cost of living crisis has hit this town, has hit Tassing. We're so grateful, truly, Andreas. I apologize again for asking. It's just awful to be stuck in such a position. I know. Our taxes get harder to pay every year. Peter works hard, but it just never seems to like it's enough. St. Luke bless you for helping us out. Speaking of St. Luke, how is your masterpiece coming along? It's been 2 months now, hasn't it? Slowly, I'm afraid. Most of my days are spent doing work for the Abbey. It's only during the divine office that Prior Ferenc... I feel like it should be like French or... I don't know. Like it's an odd name. Ferenc allows me to work on my masterpiece. A reasonable restriction, but slow going. The city council doesn't require it to become a master. I'm making it mostly to show clients, and for my own sake. And yes, when I do finish, I will go back to Nuremberg, where I will marry and open a workshop of my own. From Nuremberg to a university and now traveling the world as an artist. What a life you have ahead of you, Master Andreas. Yes, I suppose it does feel like I'm starting a new chapter in my life after... a few missteps, some wandering, a little too much fun. Let's go with some wandering. It must be rather frightening starting all over again. I owe it to my family to make something of my life. It is, but I know now that is what I want to do. I owe it to my family. Doesn't... Yeah, I mean, we don't know much about his past, do we? So... Yeah, let's go with that. This will be remembered, okay. They helped me even after I dropped out of university. I can't let them down. I'm sure you will make your family proud, Andreas. Anyway, I don't know anything about art, but I've seen you sketching such beautiful things in your little book. Your masterpiece must be wonderful. It's my finest work. I'm getting there. Well, it's hard to say until it's done. Let's be coy. Let's be modest. There's no way to think about it. I'm sure it will be a treasure when it's finished. Now, I have to get back to my work. Have a good day at the Abbey, Andreas, and we'll see you after Vespers for supper. Not tonight, but thank you. Klaus Drucker invited me over for supper. Of course. Please say hello to the Druckers for us. Of course. Until later, Clara. Okay, so we got quite a bit there in that little conversation. Let's have a look. We know Sliverus, we know the maps. So the people, Clara Gürtnerin, second wife of Peter Gürtner, mother of Ursula, known for her kindness and her concern for her husband's health. Klaus Drucker. Klaus Drucker is the Tassing town printer, husband to the wife Mary and father of Berthold. Although Tassing is an unusual place for a printing press, he does brisk trade with pilgrims and other travellers on the Imperial Road. We have Eva Gürtner, daughter of Peter Gürtner and his late wife Christine. Eva was largely raised by her brother and father. Okay. Wait, anyone else? Otto Zimmermann, town carpenter and son of old Otto, known for his dislike of the abbey, especially Father Gernot. And Peter Gürtner, husband of Clara, father of Big Georg, Eva, and... and Ursula, known for his temper and his dislike of the abbey and Leonhard Müller. Alright. Alright, that was, we learned a lot. And, what else do we have here? Vespers, monastic hour at dusk, one of the major prayer hours. It is followed by supper. St. Luke, Christian evangelist and patron saint of artists and physicians, often represented by a winged bull. Okay. Well, that was good. Let's check outside. Peter, Andreas. Who's this guy? Ill Peter. God bless you. Andreas. Yeah. Oh, yes, Andreas. This weather's been god-awful. This town's gone to shit since my days. I don't think the townsfolk can do much about the weather. Were things very different when you were younger? Let's ask them some questions. As different as beer and piss. The old abbot didn't bother us much about our customs. He didn't mind if we left a little offering to Percher to keep the skies clear, the weather fair. Okay, so we can look at the... Oh no, I thought we could... What? Oh, this just shows the time. Prime 6H, work hours. Okay. Matthias knew that Christ was in our hearts even if the White Lady's name was on our lips. The church banned all observances of pagan gods, Ill Peter. What sort of old customs? I thought St. Moritz was protecting Tassin. I think the spirits have been fouling the weather since no one follows the customs anymore. So I wonder, do these choices add anything? The church banned all observances of pagan gods? Yeah, I thought St. Moritz. Yes, and St. Satya too. But who do you think protected it before they came along? That's a good point, Il Peter. The saints weren't the first to watch over Tassing. My father knew that. Old Ranning Kemper knew that. That bastard abbot may not like it, but some of us keep the traditions alive. Like the old widow, Ottilia? I wouldn't mention this to the abbey. What do these traditions entail? Let's ask questions. When you get up in the night to take a piss, go around the right side of the house and never go back the same way. That way the witches don't steal your soul. Oh, how interesting. Cough, cough. I should go. Alright, God bless you. Okay, we learned a little something there from Il Peter. Can't go that way. Let's check here. Who's this fella? Big York. Morning, Andreas. Morning, Big York. How's it going? You working today? Just taking rest for a bit. Dad's still in the field. He hit a big rock with the plow and it took me Lord knows how long to pull it out. You off to the Abbey? Every day but Sunday. Where else would I be going? Damn, Andreas, I don't know. Just making conversation? Smells like a storm's coming, no? Huh. Just smells like fresh alpine air to me. You've been traveling too much. Where was it you spent your Wanderjahre? I think that means like youth or something. Wunderjahre. Shouldn't be Wunder... Before you came to Tassing. Okay, so... Pick a background that will affect your character's choices going forward. Press and hold to confirm. Okay, so we can choose Basel. Andreas knows some Italian and French and can reference cultural touchstones from Basel and nearby Bern, Zurich, and Freiburg. That seems too easy. Low Countries. Andreas knows some Dutch and French and can reference cultural touchstones from Antwerp, Bruges, and Ghent. And Italy. Andreas knows Italian, a little Greek. Ooh. And can reference cultural touchstones from Florence, Venice, and Milan. I do like the Basel one, but I'm curious about the Greek. I mean, especially looking at the text that we're translating, I got a feeling that that could be useful down the line. Italy. Florence for a while, but Venice and Milan as well. Italy? No wonder your senses are dull. You've been down there too long. Spend enough time in these mountains and you'll be able to smell a storm coming. How long will that take? 10, 15 years? I don't think I have that long, Big Jorg. What do you spend all time in Italy doing, anyway? Other than art, I mean. Okay, so this is another background pick. So we can pick that we are, or we have a background as a hedonist. Andreas seeks out pleasure wherever he goes. He's extremely sociable and quite experienced in all the enjoyable vices of the world. Andreas lives to work and dedicates all of his time to his art as a craftsman. A bookworm. Andreas spends all of his non-working free time finding and reading as many books as he possibly can. That sounds pretty good. Rapscallion. Andreas has a penchant for getting involved in petty schemes, pranks, minor crimes, and fistfights. And businessman. Andreas devotes much of his time to self-promotion, optimizing business expenses, making investments, and balancing his books. Alright. This is no doubt going to be... This is basically like the skill set at the beginning of an RPG. So we're going to choose where we're going to be put skills into, and this will no doubt help us throughout the game. Hedonist would be good. Maybe bookworm? To help with, like, reading texts and stuff? Businessmen as well. I mean, I'm not quite sure how the money system's going to work in this game. Let's go with bookworm. I got a feeling about bookworm. Reading mostly, and talking about books. I can't get enough of it. Venice is filled with incredible printers. Florence continues to illuminate beautiful manuscripts. And the books they produce are treasures, every one. I didn't realize that books meant that much to you. I've seen Father Thomas's Bible and a few other books. I haven't had much use for reading, though. Anyway, I have to get going. Jorg, let's go! Dad's already acting like I'm talking too long, even though I did all the work to get that rock out. See you later, Andreas. Until later. Okay. So we've made some progress, I think. We've met some of the locals. We have given ourselves a background. And now... this is Gertner the town. Tassing. Andres, what's he got to say? Oh, Andreas, good timing. Do you have a moment to lend me a hand? I am kind of late for... I'll go on then. Wonderful, I've got too many irons in the fire. Or rather, horseshoes. I miscounted how many I put in. Now I need a hand, else I'll overheat and I won't be able to work the metal. Okay, here, take the shoe and the tongs. Okay, this is going to be a mini-game. Put the hot part of the shoe in the anvil, and I'll hit it with the hammer. Okay. So, rotate. Now? Faster. Did that go well? That looks right. Good, good. Next one. I think we can do this. Okay. Let's go. And now the other side. God damn, I'm a proper blacksmith. Ah, well done. See? Short work. Thanks for the help, Andreas. I don't know what I was thinking doing all of these at once. It sure would be nice to have someone to help out here every day. Have you considered an apprentice? Have you considered a child? An apprentice? I have. None of the boys in the village seem interested. Keep at them. I bet you could get Bert Drucker. Ha! Klaus would have my head if I tried. Anyway, I don't want to take up any more of your time. I'll see you and Otto up by the Abbey guest house for dinner. Until then. Okay, that was pretty cool. We did a little mini-game there. Indris Schmidt's smithy. It's so much smaller. What? His name is... Oh, of course his name is Schmidt. Because that's basically just the German word for smith, isn't it? So... Veronica. Martin, please, can you give me a hand here? What do you want? I'm keeping an eye on them. That looks a lot like standing there doing nothing. Martin, for Christ's sake, help your cousin. Morning, Andreas. Excuse us, one of the fence rails fell and the sheep started hopping it. Is there something I can do to help? Have you ever handled sheep before? Well, I know. Then no, but thank you. Christian of you to offer. Oh look, there's something going on at the Steinauer's place. Alright, we have heard is that the Baron? We've heard that there's a Baron somewhere. Who's that on the horse? Looks rich. I don't know, Martin, but Lucky's giving him an earful. Christ, I haven't seen Lucky that worked up since Peter and Clara's wedding when Johann pulled his pants down. Alright, there's a lot going on here. Knocked 2 of my man's teeth out. You don't want to feel the strength behind a stonemason's anger. Do you think he's a noble? He looks really rich. God damn it, Martin. Stay out of trouble for once. What, Auntie Hetty? Behave yourself. Don't we have enough to deal with right now? Andreas, if you wouldn't mind moving your skinny little body on the road, we need to get these sheep under control. Of course. See you later. Don't work too hard, Martin. Help your aunt and your cousin out, alright? This will be remembered. Eat shit, Andreas. Oh dear. Okay, so... Is the Abbey this way then? Actually, let's load up our map. Okay, so we've added some stuff to our history. We said that we know some Italian, a little Greek, and can reference cultural touchstones. And we spend all of our free time reading. That's fine. We're a bookworm. Now on the map, we're here in the 2 commons. We want to be going to... where is it? South Farms, Zimmerman House. I suppose maybe to the right somewhere. Let's just keep going to the right. We'll see. Oh, can't go that way. Alright, who's this chap? Drucker House. Can't go in just yet. Klaus. What? What's he saying? How's it going? Morning? Morning, Andreas. How's it going? What was that? Morning, Klaus. Another day at the Abbey, another few hours at work on my masterpiece. Good to hear. You still coming by for supper tonight? Murray and Bert would love to see you. You really need to see these new woodcuts I have for an Italian edition of Till Eulenspiegel. I didn't realize Father Thomas let you print books in Italian. Come on, Andreas. He's not that strict. I know he's just trying to protect people from... heresy, witch mania, adventure stories of questionable moral repute. I mean, it's got to be heresy, right? Oh, is it witch mania? Yeah, let's just be playful. He doesn't mind those so much, actually. No? As long as they don't get too carnal. Oh. So, supper tonight, after Vespers? Of course. Thank you. Great. I'll tell Murray and Bert you're coming. See you then. See you later. Well, we already said we'd go, didn't we? So that's nothing new. Let's keep going this way. Thomas. God bless Master Maler. I hope your week is going well. Thank you, Father. It's going quite well. I'm just on my way up the hill to get to work. Thank you, Father, but I'm running late to the Abbey. It's no problem if you don't have time for me today, but the question is, will you have time for the Lord on Sunday? You understand how important it is for your salvation that you receive Holy Communion, don't you? Yes, I apologize, Father Thomas. I promised you I'll make it on Sunday. I do, but I've been working on sketches late at night, and... Yeah, let's not commit just yet. Andreas, this is about more than your success in this life. There is another... Oh, hello. Oh my, what a blessed day to receive such an illustrious visitor. Master Maler, this is Lorenz, Baron of Rothvogel, a great lord from the countryside near Worms. Good to see you, Father Thomas. It is nice to be remembered fondly. I only wish all of your neighbors were as welcoming. Well, yes. What brings you back to our little town? My wife and I were returning from a trip to Venice. We spent a few days in Innsbruck, and it was terribly dull. I mean, it has a certain charm, common to these Alpine cities, but the place was crawling with nobles for the Emperor's diet. The Emperor? Was he there? Did you see him? Oh, briefly, but he was sitting for a portrait at the time. Quite lovely. I didn't want to bother him or the painter. Ooh, who was the artist, my lord? Why was the diet assembled, my lord? Okay, so this looks like it uses our Italian knowledge. How was Venice, my lord? I lived there only a few years ago. Do we want to... Yeah, let's try it. Oh, fascinating. Well, the city's Jews now live in their own quarter in the north. The city's artists are still producing wonderful work. Titian, in particular, is a god. No offense, Father. Of course. Anyway, my wife wanted to stay a bit longer in Innsbruck, and I decided to ride ahead to make a visit to Kiersau. I heard Father Matthias died shortly after my last visit, of course. A great loss for the Abbey and for us all. Indeed. By good fortune, I recently came across a copy of Historia Tassia he was reading during my last visit. Father Matthias was hoping to find a second copy to corroborate the contents of the first. It contains some fascinating details about the history of this place. I'm afraid they might even cause a bit of a scandal, eh? Ah, yes. But I must be off. There will be time enough to discuss Tassing's past later. I commissioned a manuscript from the Abbey through Father Gernot, and I have come to check on its progress. Oh, my lord, if you have come to see your manuscript, you should speak with young Master Maler here. Not quite a Schulmaster yet. I still have to marry and be approved by our city council. It is an honor to meet you, yeah, let's keep it civil. Andreas is a journeyman artist from Nuremberg. For the next few months, he's also helping in the Abbey's scriptorium. A Nuremberger artist working in an Abbey scriptorium in 1518? Oh, we should talk, Andreas. I must know the story. Of course, my lord, it would be an honor. Well, I'm already late to the Abbey, but surely my will would find a little entertainment or companionship in me. I mean, it would be an honor. This will be remembered. Wonderful. It's so rare to find someone in the countryside who knows anything about art. Thank you for the introduction, Father Thomas. Come to supper at Abbey tonight. Oh, I'm inviting you to the abbot's table. We can't. Did the abbot invite me? Oh, don't worry about it, Father. Just show up after Vespers. What is he going to do, refuse us? Excellent. We will see you then. Michlaus, I'm dismounting. Run ahead of us and take the horses to the Abbey's guest house. I'd like to take my time talking with Master Maler. I'll meet you there. At once, my lord. Oh, okay, two things. Firstly, we're so going to be late. Secondly, he's not inviting us to supper, is he? So then, a journeyman from Nuremberg? Forgive me for saying so, but you seem a little old to not be a master. Are you unmarried? No, I'm not married, but in truth, I came to my vocation later than my father and brothers. I was in university for a number of years at Erfurt. Erfurt? Wonderful. The same university as Martin Luther. Have you read his works? Tremendous mind. He says things about the church that should have been said years ago. Might get him into trouble, but he's a brave and brilliant man. Wait, you may have even met him. Did you? You must tell me. No. He was a few years ahead of me. Still, his ideas do seem fascinating. Yeah, let's lean into it. This will be remembered. I agree wholeheartedly. I simply must meet him if I get the chance. I wonder if the good brothers of the Abbey have heard of him. Perhaps they even read his list of 95 theses against the church. Father Matthias was not above having a lively debate. I hope Father Gernot does not disappoint in that regard. But enough about Luther for now. Tell me about your university studies. Forgive me, Baron, but did you attend university? You seem very well educated. Yeah, he does. Ha, no, my family is merely wealthy enough to have provided me with all the books of tutors a child could dream of. I love all knowledge, from Aristotle and Cicero to Ficino to Erasmus, and everyone in between and yet to come. I may have misjudged the Baron. It seems he is as well read as any university student. In truth, I am simply happy to speak with another well-educated man. Now then, did you earn your doctorate? No, I didn't. Only a master's degree. I started working toward a doctorate, but didn't finish. Oh, that's a shame. Well, what was your area of study? Oh, okay, so this seems important. Another background choice. Are we going to go with theology? Andreas has a strong understanding of Catholic theology, biblical knowledge, canon law, heresies, and similar subjects. That could be good. Imperial law. Andreas knows the basics of the fractured systems of law that govern the various states of the Holy Roman Empire. Or medicine. Andreas is familiar with the basics of human biology, medicine, and illness. It would be useful to know this. Upon reflection, I think we should go with theology. I've got a feeling. Theology, as odd as that may seem. Not odd at all. It's a good field of study if you want a position in the church. My late uncle was the abbot of Fulda. I spent many hours reading the manuscripts in their library with his permission. He was a pious enough man, I suppose, but he wielded great power from that abbot. You! If I had any faith, I would have prayed you'd never shown your face here again. Curse you, Lawrence, Rothvogel. Perched as dogs, tearing you to pieces would be too kind a fate. What? These rustic communities display a shocking lack of hospitality, don't you think? What was that about? Who knows? By the time I finish guessing, the old crone will probably be dead. Well, what of your early time in the university? Every student must study the trivium and quadrivium, yes? Did you have a favorite subject? Okay, this is where we choose more of our background. Latinist. Strong command of Latin grammar and vocabulary. He can also easily recall Senatate Antiquia, quoted words of wisdom from the Roman Republican Empire. That could be good. Logician. Andreas instinctively thinks through the implications of information as he receives it, is adept in spatial analysis, and can easily perform complicated calculations in his head. This could be very good. Orator, speaking. Occultist, Andreas knows soul-endangering amounts of theoretical and practical knowledge. Alchemy, astronomy, theurgy, necromancy, and various magical rites and ceremonies. That could be good. Heavens and earth. Andreas knows a great deal about the constellations, heavenly bodies, and their movements. He's also familiar with various plants and animals from study and personal experience. If we are going to build a kind of medieval Sherlock, we need logic. We need deduction. We need deductive reasoning. We need this. It's going to have to be logician, guys. Come on. Logic, geometry, and arithmetic. Quite interesting for an artist. Was Aristotle's organon the foundation of your study? Yes, the organon for logic elucidates Euclid's elements of geometry, but the past few centuries have yielded wonderful new texts on logic. Peter Abelard provided the foundation of scholastic philosophy and established the primacy of Aristotle's work. The Englishman William of Ockham gave us the Summa Logicae, arguing nominalism against Platonic realism. And of course, Thomas Aquinas gave us the tools to employ both faith and reason in the pursuit of truth. All monks and friars, of course, a great deal of work to force Aristotle to fit with the Church's vision of truth. Is that so wrong? I question that these great men should have had to wrestle logic into what the Church established by fiat and force. And your other studies, was there anything else you excelled at? Oh man, we get to choose 2! How cool is that? It's gotta be this, guys, come on. I use my access to the university's library to pursue more esoteric interests. Oh, esoteric how? Mystical texts, books on alchemy, invoking spirits, divination, purely academic, of course. Of course. I mean, wow, of course. I started with Ficino's Corpus Hermeticum, and my interest only deepened from there. Quite interesting, Andreas. I'll make some time to speak with you more time on the subject during my stay. I look forward to it, my lord. This will be remembered. Ah, there's the abbey. I have good memories of this place, and of Father Matthias. I was sad to hear of his passing. How did you come to know of him? How did you come to know of Kyrso at all? My family have been patrons of Kyrso for, I don't know how many generations. Some years ago I heard that Kyrso still had a wonderful library and artisans. Professional artists have taken over most manuscript productions, so I was shocked to find an active scriptorium here. Well, there's not much left of it these days. 2 old men a scribe and me. That's pretty honest, I think. This is as good a place as any to create art. The artists that remain here are quite talented, if a bit old-fashioned. Yeah, let's go with this one. Well, Kyrso is more than a bit old-fashioned. Some of my friends think I'm mad for commissioning a manuscript from an abbey in this day and age. But, well, my family have been patrons of Kyrso for generations. It seems wrong to stop now while there's still talent here. I commissioned a manuscript through Father Gerno a year ago. I thought I would stop by and check on the progress, so you mentioned this before. Wait, are you the artist working on it? It's a prayer book with 20 illustrations. I know the work, but no, I do know the artist well, the Venerable Brother Piero. How venerable? He still has his wits and his skills, if that's what concerns you. Brother Piero has an incredible talent with color. Then I very much look forward to seeing it. Okay, so we've heard of Brother Piero, and we know now that he's the one who is working on the illustrations for the Baron's manuscript. Miklaus, tend to the horses and the baggage. I'm heading up to the abbey. Yes, my lord. Well, let's not keep the abbot waiting any longer. I bet we're so late. Nuns? Quite unusual for a Benedictine house to have monks and nuns, even if they are separated. The church closed most of them centuries ago. But then, Kyrso is a place out of time in more ways than one. Do you know Mother Cecilia? She seemed to recognize you. We are acquainted, yes. Let's leave it at that. Ah, you must be Father Gerno. I am Lawrence, Baron of... Yes, the Baron of Rothrogel. So wonderful to have you here again. We actually did meet on your last visit. Ah, if you say so. I'm not good with remembering faces. Please forgive me, my lord, but I wasn't expecting you for another few days. Yes, I know, but I rode ahead. I just couldn't wait to see my manuscript. I'm sure it's no trouble. Yes, I mean, no, it's no trouble. Did you want to see it now? Oh, in a moment. I could do with a bit of refreshment, though. May I grab something from the kitchen? Yes, certainly, my lord. I will meet you there. Andreas, I don't know what you were doing with the Baron, but I need you in the scriptorium now. Of course, Father needed to work. Why are you taking this out on me? He's not my problem. Is this a bad time to ask for an advance on my payment for the... let's not push ourselves. Then get to work. Eek. We're in trouble. Shit. I should have asked him about the advance... Oh, crud, we should have. Maybe I could just convince Brother Matthew to pay me early? I mean, maybe. Anyhow, so, the Goethe's taxes find a way to get paid. We have to do that. But anyhow, guys, we're going to take a quick break here, and when we get back, we will be seeing more of this game, Pentiment. It looks pretty cool so far, and I think some of the dialogue options that we've had do seem to open up more and more of the story, and we do seem to be finding out more about what's going on. Though I'm curious to see who will be murdered, or who's going to be the one to die. I mean, probably going to be the Baron, if my guess is right. He does seem to be prickling a few feathers, but we'll see. Anyhow, guys, if you like what I'm doing here, then please consider smashing that like button, as it does help the old video on the old YouTube charts ranks. And, of course, if you like the stuff and you'd like to see more of it, please consider subscribing, as I'm always trying to get the old subscriber numbers up on this bad boy. Anyhow, this has been Pentiment. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.